Well, that was a weird game, game one. I guess because the ending score. If you watch the whole game, I'm not going to say that this was a close game because at the end of the game, you could definitely tell that they were the better team today. But Dallas kept it close throughout most of the game, all the way into the halfway through the fourth quarter. Actually, starting the game, we were the aggressor. Dirk Nowitzki hit his first 6 shots. Really could stop him. They tried to get him off balance. He still knocked them down. And we were continuing to make our shots throughout. But what Denver's good at, and the reason they're the 2 seed in the Western Conference, is they wear you down. You may do really well in the first half, but they're going to stay with you, and they're going to beat you up. And, Dirk ended with, I think 28 points, but he had 2 points in the fourth quarter. So when we really needed him, he wasn't able to step up. No, neither was anybody else. Real story about this game was the bench from Denver, and Chris Anderson, Birdman, or whatever. I knew before this series, and I was talking to my friends about it. I know I'm going to really hate Birdman throughout this series. We haven't faced a shot blocker like that in the past series. In the San Antonio series, San Antonio plays real good team defense. They're able to double team and move with the ball and things like that. What Denver does, Denver has stronger, faster, and younger legs, and so they'll one-on-one with you. And I know George Carl's talked about is they'll let Dirk go off in the first part of the game, but they feel like they're good enough on defense to stay one-on-one with either Kenyon Martin or Chris Anderson. I thought that Anderson did a better job on Nowitzki than Martin did. And also what that's going to cut down on is all those kickouts during the last series that Nowitzki had, kicking it out to Jason Kidd or Josh Howard or Jason Terry. Those are going to shrink. I think Dirk had 1 to Jason Kidd throughout this game because they're not double teaming him. They're going one-on-one on him, and so he's going to have to find the other guy's going to try to fight to get open rather than just be wide open as they were against San Antonio. We're going to have a tough series, and if we're going to win this, we have to win Game 2 if we really want to have a chance to win this series. I don't want to go back to Dallas 0-2. You've got 2 really good home teams. I think Dallas is like 32-9 at home, and Denver's like 32-8 or whatever the number, 33-8, something like that. So great home teams, great home crowds. But as the team on the road with only 3 games, we've got to take one in Denver. In this game, Billups wasn't really the big factor, and neither was Carmelo. Carmelo kind of came on at the end, but he really disappeared throughout the game, mostly because he was in foul trouble. And that's what scares me back, because if you remember back in San Antonio series, let's take our two of our top guys, Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Terry. Really thought the first part of the series really weren't as big a factor as our bench guys. And our bench guys really stepped up. Bass, Antoine Wright, Hollins, guys like that, role players, really stepped up and carried the team. And you saw what happened then once those role players got in their group, and then our stars came back in, we were able to run away with the series. Now you look at the Denver Nuggets, their stars, not a huge night. Bench guys, Anthony Carter, J.R. Smith, and Chris Anderson really stepped up and helped in this game. It is just game 1. Really, they always say that a series doesn't really have a big change until the road team wins. Well, we still have got to win, I think, Tuesday night. I think we can. I think we've proved today, if you watch the whole game, you know that Dallas can stick with Denver. Heck, we were beating Denver for a while. We were really shooting the ball real well until, and just something in the fourth quarter just snapped. We turned into, and this is the Mavericks fans who watched this team all year. There's a regular season Mavericks, and then there's this postseason Mavericks we're seeing right now. The regular season Mavericks, before we really kicked into high gear in the last month, was a team that would stick with teams, would be hitting shots and everything. And then the second half, usually the third quarter, just fall apart, and you'd see us get blown out by 15, 20 points in games that we would be sticking with the other team for, between a 4 and 6 point margin. So, and I saw that tonight, and I don't like to see that. But it did give me a lot of confidence to know that we were able to stick with them for a large part of it. Jason Kidd, get your foot off the line. Just want to say, Jason Kidd at one point was really knocking down some shots. But and I know in the last series he does it all the time, where he knocks down these long twos because he gets his toe on the 3-point line. So that's just one little come on, Jason. He's really developed a great shot when he's wide open. Just back up just a little bit. So, congratulations, Nuggets. They're two seeds for a reason. They wear you down. They're big. They're strong. They're physical. They're a lot more physical than we are. If Dallas is going to win this series, we're the more finesse team. We can fast break. They fast break a lot better this game. Nene killed us too. We're going to have to, we're the jump shooting team. We're the finesse team. If we're going to win this series, we're going to have to shoot a very, very high percentage from the field, or something's going to have to happen where let's flash to the basket. When Josh Howard went down, that's a huge part of our offense. I'm glad he came back. We definitely need him throughout this series if we have any hope to win this series. Dallas, I still got faith. I still think we can win this series, but we're going to have to take game 2. Let's go Mavs, but congrats Nuggets on game 1.